On the docket tonight, a teenager is charged with fatally shooting his girlfriend's parents, a University of Wisconsin physician and her husband. Now, Khari Sanford is accused of killing the couple and leaving their bodies at the school grounds. Court TV legal correspondent Chanley Painter has more on that story tonight.
Shocking details emerge from a hearing in the case against two suspects accused of murdering a University of Wisconsin couple.
The court, unlike at a trial, must look at the evidence in the light most favorable to the state at this proceeding.
Dr. Beth Potter and her husband, Robin Carre, were found in a ditch near the campus arboretum. Both had been shot in the head, execution style.
He was wearing a pair of boxers. That was it. She had been wearing pajamas and socks, but no shoes.
Detectives questioned the couple's adopted daughter, Miriam. Her story led them to zero in on her boyfriend, Khari Sanford, and his alleged partner in crime, Elijah LaRue.
Detective Burmeiser, during your contact with Ms. Potter Carre, did you and Detective Grand take custody of a cell phone that had been in her possession?
Yes, we did.
While detectives have evidence that appears to implicate all three in the couple's murder, only Sanford and LaRue are charged.
He overheard a conversation between Miriam Potter Carre and Khari Sanford.
Investigators uncovered a witness, a high school classmate who told police he overheard Miriam plotting with her boyfriend.
He stated that he had been in a ceramics class at West High School. They were talking about robbing her parents because they were rich and that they had bands of money.
But Sanford's lawyer tries to limit the damage.
When the victims in this case were discovered, it's my understanding that Dr. Potter was still alive, is that correct?
Correct.
She was pronounced dead, my understanding is approximately an hour and a half after her discovery?
Correct.
During that period of time, she did not implicate Mr. Sanford in her attack, is that accurate?
Correct.
While defense attorneys suggest there is no physical evidence tying their clients to the murders, cell phone records tell an incriminating story.
At approximately 10:57 p.m., where did the GPS data from Mr. LaRue's phone suggest he was located?
It plotted near the intersection of North Winkler Drive and Vilas Park Drive.
Could you describe for the court how that intersection would relate to the area approximately and where the bodies were found?
That would be basically the entrance of the UW Arboretum.
Just as cell phone tracking data puts LaRue at the crime scene the night before the bodies are discovered, surveillance video picks up this white van.
The victims had loaned their vehicle to Miriam Potter Carre and Khari Sanford for use while they were living at the Airbnb.
Defense attorneys take turns attacking the evidence.
We have no GPS suggestion that he was at any relevant locations.
There was zero evidence presented that he was the shooter of these victims. There was no evidence at all that he knew that there was going to be a shooting.
We have no evidence that ties him to the shell casings or any gun at all.
But there's enough evidence to convince the judge to let a jury make the ultimate decision.
This court does find that for both Mr. Sanford and Mr. LaRue, probable cause has been shown that a felony has been committed and that each defendant probably committed it as a party to a crime.
All right, let me bring back in the think tank. Still with us, former senior homicide prosecutor Bernardo Villalona, criminal defense attorney and law professor at Cleveland State Ian Friedman, and criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Brian Watkins. Ian, I'll start with you. You heard there at the hearing talking about no physical evidence, no GPS, no connections. Well, what do prosecutors usually do when they have that situation? I'll tell you what's happened. They've got LaRue, the person who was involved with Mr. Sanford, to turn on him. And they're not charging the girlfriend. I suspect we're going to hear from her as well in court. Love to get your thoughts on that.
That's exactly right. So that's usually the script, and that is the script here. We know that the co-defendant has already indicated that a plea is in the works and that he will not be going to trial. So you will hear the testimony that this is how it happened. The defendant is the one who did it, and I know because I was a part of it. He'll get a better deal. The defense lawyer representing Mr. Sanford will try and attack his credibility to say, well, you're lying because you're getting a better deal now. that's how that case is going to go, as usual in this case. And what a shame, that this is over. They believe, anyway, based upon their discussions with the co-defendant and the daughter, the fact that these kids would not follow the COVID protocol with the spacing, or it could be over money. I mean, the whole thing, really, what a shame. So much loss in this case.
Yeah, I mean, no good deed goes unpunished. I mean, at the end of the day, they adopt this young lady. She sees a lifestyle she doesn't know about. And instead of embracing it, instead of being thankful, she turns around and you heard there was testimony, or they have someone who said they heard her conspiring to rob them because they had money. Bernarda, I mean, this case just blows your mind. But, this guy, Khari Sanford, he's an angry kid because his attorneys in May of this year actually jumped ship because he did something or said something. He had put in a complaint against them, so he has new attorneys now at this late date who'll have to deal with all these changes. And you have Elijah now coming in and going to testify against him. Just a difficult case.
Exactly, a difficult case all around. What I'm curious to see now, that because one of the defendants actually pled and will be flipping against the actual shooter, whether that same person has enough information that can be corroborated where the girlfriend can finally be charged, because there is no way that this girl was not aware of what was going to happen, because she was definitely a part of the planning from the little bits and pieces that we've heard. And if not, she was the primary moving factor in this entire scheme.
Exactly. That's the part, Brian, that really gets me. But what also gets me, now you're a former prosecutor as well, so you've been on both sides of the fence. You get a guy like Elijah LaRue, his partner in crime here, who says basically his claim is that he didn't know what was going to happen. He asked him to go help him kidnap these people. He didn't know they were going to get shot. Those types of arguments just bother me. What does he really think is going to happen? You're the type of person that you're willing to agree to go and kidnap people. Then you're going to say, oh, my God, I'm so outraged I didn't know anybody was going to get killed. It blows my mind.
It does, but that actually is a valid argument. I mean, a lot of people can agree to rob, steal, hold up a place with no intent of actually killing someone. Killing someone is the next step, and a lot of people can convince a jury of that, can convince prosecutors of that, and police, law enforcement officers that, hey, I knew a little bit. I thought we were going to do this, but I would never have crossed that line. And what helps corroborate that, Ben, is the fact that he's turned state's evidence to say that. And so that is an argument that does win. What's funny, though, is often, they will offer a deal to the shooter and in turn to testify against the master planner. In a situation like this, it does seem like the daughter is the master planner. And so it's funny how she's not charged right now. I don't see how that would happen, but yeah, that's real unfortunate. I don't know why she'd have to steal from her parents. They're already giving her everything. That's what parents do. But man, this is another sad and unfortunate case.
Yeah, Ian, what do you think's going on with the girlfriend? I agree. I mean, everyone agrees. She seems to be, and they seem to have information that suggests she's the mastermind behind this whole thing. They have somebody testifying against Khari Sanford, so they don't need her there. Are they just working to build a better case against her, do you think?
One of the things that my clients will always tell you, if you ask them, what did Ian constantly tell you in all of your meetings with them, they'll always look back and they'll say he always says he'll never speculate, because we just don't know. I don't know what went on in her mind, what the conversations were, and so forth. She clearly is being investigated. Who knows whether or not she's cooperating? I mean, there's so much here. I'd only be guessing. And frankly, I don't want to do that. The drama is here. It's going to play itself out. And me just taking a wild guess on this one, I don't think it's fair to the real facts as the lawyers on the ground know it.
All right. Well, we'll continue to track this case right here on Court TV. And there is an upcoming motion hearing in this case set for August 17th. And we have a trial date tentatively set for October 4th.